first thing I'm doing is just priming my eyelids. This is the Smashbox 24-hour eyeshadow primer, and that's just going to go on the eyelid all the way up to the eyebrow. And then I'm going to go in with Painterly Paint Pot by MAC, and it's just going to even out the skin tone, and it's also going to make the colors appear a little bit more vibrant. So now some of the eyeshadow colors that I'm using today are from the Urban Decay Vice 2 palette, and the first color is just a soft brown. This one is called Rewind, and I'm taking a fluffy blending brush and applying this on the crease and also on the brow bone just lightly. Now, to add a little bit more color to the eyelid, I'm using this paint pot by MAC. This one is called Rubenesque, and I'm just going to take a synthetic flat shading brush and apply this on the eyelid area, and then I'm going to go over it with a gold shadow, and this bottom base is really going to make that gold pop really nicely. So now I'm just going to take a flat shader brush and apply a gold shadow right on top of that paint pot, and this one is actually from a palette from Lancome, and I'll link it down below. I'm not sure what this palette is called. I think it's the 212 Peach Opulence, but I'll let you guys know just to make sure. And yeah, just pretty much work that and blend that out. And here I'm just taking a fluffy brush and just blending out the edges from this soft brown because everything needs to be nice and smoked out. Second color is called Ambush, and that's going to go on the crease as well, and this is going to be more for depth, and just make sure you blend that out really well. Now for the highlight, I'm taking Habit, which is just a vanilla matte highlight. You can definitely do a shimmer one. I just ended up using this one because it was in the palette and I didn't want to dig through something else when this one works perfectly fine. So this is just going to go right underneath the brow, and then I'm going to go back into the Lancome palette and take the darkest color from the palette, which is sort of like this stark navy blue, which works really nicely actually, and that's gonna go right onto the outer crease, and I'm just sort of creating like an outer V and then just taking a fluffy clean brush and just blending all of that out. Next, I'm just taking a black liner. I'm doing all the steps that I always do. This is just a liner by L'Oreal, and I'm doing the waterline, and then I'm going to add mascara to my top lashes. Oh, but before that, I'm actually going back into that sort of dark navy blue and just taking an angled brush and sort of setting that eyeliner so it doesn't move around. So I'm just going to dip it in the powder, eyeshadow, and then just sort of dab it onto the waterline. So now you want to take a pencil brush and smoke out that eyeliner. I did dip it into the darkest color that went in the outer V, and that's just going to give me a little bit more intensity, but you definitely want that eyeliner to be nice and smoked out. Next thing that I'm doing is applying eyeliner. This is by L'Oreal. It's the Linear Intense, which is a really intense, dark, black, easy to use eyeliner. And I'm just going to really wing that out. As you can see, I'm really dragging out that outer corner first. And then just fill in the rest. And as you can see, I'm going to go over it a few times because this one's not as intense as the black bottle. But just pretty much create a very elongated cat eye. So here I'm just going to curl my lashes, add mascara to my top and bottom lashes before I apply my falsies, and then I'm good to go. Next comes the lashes, my favorite part of the entire look. These lashes are so amazing. They're from townoflashes.com. They're 100% mink, and this style is called LA Super or La Super. I'm not sure which one it is, but these are so glamorous, amazing, and they make your eyes look just incredible, I swear. Alright, so now I'm going to start by prepping my face for the makeup, and I'm using this hydrating face cream by Bobbi Brown, which is just a really nice moisturizing facial cream, and I'm just going to blend that into my skin first. And then I'm going to go in with my Tarte Clean Slate Flawless Primer, and I'm taking my Real Techniques, what brush is this? Expert Face Brush, which is amazing for so many things. And I'm just going to buff that into my entire skin. And this is really going to help the makeup last all day freaking long. So now for foundation, I'm using the NYX HD Studio Foundation, and this one is in the color Natural Beige 06, and I'm actually going to take the same brush that I was using and just buff that into my entire face. And this, guys, if you're going to be on camera or photograph with your friends, this foundation actually makes your skin look freaking flawless. Alright, so now I'm just going to go into my Bobbi Brown concealer slash foundation palette. So this is just going to be my concealer, and I'm going to use it to mostly just brighten up the face rather than conceal, because I don't really have a lot to conceal today. So for the most part, it's just going to be to brighten up the face. And then I'm just going to use my beauty blender to sort of start by tapping and blending it out. And then I'm going to use a variety of different brushes to sort of blend out the outer corners or the edges, just because I don't want to get the beauty blender too close to my eyes, because I don't want to ruin the eyeshadow. But I am going to just later go back with a clean brush and just buff it out all over. Now to set my concealer, I'm just taking Banana Powder by Ben Nye, which is a yellow tone sort of translucent powder, and that's just going to go right where I applied the concealer. And then to set the rest of the face, I'm just taking the Makeup Forever HD loose face powder and just does that all over my face. And Chanel and Gizmo came right about this time. They got a haircut. They look so freaking cute, right? That's Gizmo, and here comes Chanel, the queen. I know a lot of you guys were like, what happened to them? They're still around. Anyways, so now it's time for bronzer. This one's by Too Faced. This is the Chocolate Soleil Medium / Deep Matte Bronzer. And that's just going to go on the hollow parts of the face to give it some sort of sun-kissed look and also some definition. Now for the apples of my cheeks, I'm going with Peaches, which is this beautiful sort of pinkish peach blush, and that's going to go on the apples of my cheeks. Alright, so now for the lips, I have my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Naked 2. And I'm just going to use that to line my lips entirely and also fill them in. And the lipstick that I'm using is called Lovelorn. It's the Luster Finish by MAC, and it's amazingly beautiful. I am obsessed with this new color. I just rediscovered it and I'm obsessed. So that's what I'm using. And then next I'm just going to take this highlight. This one is called What's Up by Benefit, and it's actually like this cream stick formula, but even after you set it with powders, it still blends in very nicely into the face, and I'm just going to apply that on the cheekbones. And it just looks amazing. This one is really one of my favorite highlights. Okay, so I'm almost done. Now I'm just taking another bronzer that's a little bit lighter than the one that I used for my cheeks. This is the BB Bronzer in Medium to Dark by Physicians Formula, and I'm just taking sort of this professional face paint brush, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of contour on the side of my nose, and I did also add some highlight on my brow bone. But this is pretty much the look. I'm just finishing it off with some setting spray by Skinsnavia, and I am completely done.